also starred as a witch in the Halloween comedy Hocus Pocus. A lot of love for the Hocus Pocus. I'm sure I've seen that hairstyle recently. Oh, yes. Your stylist is mocking you! And your son, he seems to take... he's very stylish. He has very fixed views on how he should...
He has fixed views about how he should dress and look, but I will say he's not... He doesn't spend a lot of time thinking about it, but he has opinions. He has very strong opinions about his hair. He wouldn't cut it for a number of years because the one person he said he actually liked who cut it, since he's been a person with an actual thinking mind about these things, left Whippersnippers. I have to tell you, though, when Carol left Whippersnippers, I thought, well, this will be fairly easy, you know? I'll call Whippersnippers and I'll say, where did Carol move? And I did, and they wouldn't tell me. It was some sort of top secret. I guess they were afraid of the competition, and she might move to Cozy Cuts. And my son would not cut his hair, and it got longer and longer and longer, and he refused to go to anybody but Carol. And so I thought, well, I've got to get this number. So I called Whippersnippers pretending to be the IRS. Well, it wasn't completely well thought out because I said, I'm calling from the Internal Revenue Service. I need information on Carol. I didn't know her last name. I didn't know an address for her or really anything about her. If I really loved her, I would have bothered to delve a little deeper or have some sort of dossier on her. Anyway, my husband called me and said that he had this amazing story that my son had walked into his classroom and he said to my husband, Ezra's haircut I like. I would have Ezra's haircut. So Matthew found Ezra's mother and he said, who cut Ezra's hair? And she said, this woman named Carol. I mean, that's
that is amazing.
That is a finely tuned eye. And so I called Carol. We were able to book an appointment with Carol. At first, she was busy and booked, and I literally burst into tears with the receptionist, and I said, you don't understand, it's been 3 years. She fit us in, and she said, all you had to do was look up the best children's hair cutter in New York, Google it. And you know what? When you do, there comes Carol. A picture of Carol with a big smile on her face.
How amazing!
Knowing how she seduced and hypnotized all of us.
Bette Midler, they did kind of break the mold. I can't think of anyone else who does what you do or who can do what you do.
That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you.
Well, no, because, you know, people, if they can sing like you sing, they sort of don't bother to develop a personality after that. Well, because they kind of think, I can sing, I'll get invited to parties.
Well, you know, it's very interesting because I always thought I should have, like, something called Diva Boot Camp, where you kind of, like, tell people, if you sing, you can also speak. It stands to reason that you can be amusing, you can introduce yourself to the audience. Most girls and boys these days, it's as if they were singing in a vacuum. It's really weird. So I like to get them all together, charge them a fee, of course, and teach them, hey, here's a whole bunch of old jokes you can tell when you're really, really hard up.
Because you were kind of back, you know, you were like a working comic. You were doing like comedy monologues.
Yes, I did, yeah. I did comedy monologues, I did characters, I sang a bunch, I wore very short dresses, I wore, you know, those little corsets, I had feathers, I had it all. And I had 18 girls backing me up, I had showgirls, it was fantastic. It was a dream of a lifetime, and now it's done. I'll never do it again as long as in fact, I'm in retirement.
Oh,
how about you, babe? Okay.
How quickly they turn. Boom! We loved her a second ago.
That's right, that's right.
Bette Midler. Well,
how dare you try to take a rest?
At the end of the show, you talked about how you were kind of like, you're the woman who invented kind of trash.
I actually can lay claim to that, yes. And I actually am quite proud of it. Unfortunately, a lot of people have taken it, you know, one step too far. And everyone else is way, way trashier than I am now. Now I feel kind of respectable, a little bit conservative. What can I say? Conservative, yeah.
But did those wild girls give you the respect you were due?
The respect I was Jew? Yes, I am Jewish, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I'm Jewish.
I just wanted to clear that.
Do those wild girls give me respect? No, I don't get any respect, and it pisses me off no end. It really infuriates me, but I get big bucks, so it doesn't matter, you know.
I read interviews where with Hugh Grant where he said that when when you were out in the wilderness, that you were kind of very good to him. You took care of him. Because you did genuinely have to rough it a bit.
We did our version of roughing it. We actually did live in trailers for the last bit of filming when we were in this small town.
I know, Joel. It's very upsetting, isn't it?
Sorry. Cover your ears. Yes. We showered in the gymnasium.
Oh, God.
Well, not all of us. But anyway, so we were all living together, and but prior to us moving into this camp, base camp, I noticed that Hugh's hands were surprisingly unpresentable. And I was surprised because he is the definition of elegance, and, you know, he's a poster boy, in my opinion, for all things fine about England. And dapper and chic, put together, groomed. And with the exception of his fingernails, which were shocking. Actually, his toes were equally so, but I wouldn't help. No. Just not clipped properly.
Okay.
Just not... It looked like he clipped with his teeth. Really? Not his toes. His hands. I offered my services to clip his nails, which I did on Tuesdays, whether he wanted it or not. And he was actually quite taken with them and has tried to keep it up.
That's very good.
Well, I thought, in America, I thought, well, you know, people that go to see the movie deserve to see a nice, well-groomed hand. I mean, it's not much to ask for the price of a ticket, and I think you'd feel the same here.
Yes.
And probably most of Western Europe and Eastern Europe, and perhaps Asia.
Presumably you don't ever do wilderness living.
Are you out of your mind?
I just thought I'd ask.
I went with my grandson swimming with sharks, which is as close as you can get to that. Which, have you done that yet?
No.
Oh.
See, that's where I draw the line.
Oh. So I stood next to the fattest woman I could find. And he said, I hope you have your period. It was horrible. Horrible. I'm not an athlete.
I'm not an athlete.
Swimming with sharks?
Oh, dear. So, when was the moment when you knew you were very famous? Or was there a moment?
I don't think I ever really... I've always taken it with a grain of salt. Sometimes a great big lump of salt, because to me it's a sidebar. It doesn't really matter. I never wanted to be poor. That was very important to me. The fame didn't matter into it. I just didn't want to be poor, because I was really poor when I was a kid. So once I wasn't poor anymore, and once suddenly I was in the movies, then I felt like, oh, well, this is good. This is fun. But I never really thought about the fame part.
Did you like the attention?
In fact, I'm horrible. I used to be, well, I'm much better now, but in the old days, I said, get away from me. Get away from me, get away. So,
did you really?
I did, and I did it for years. And one time I was in Austria, in Vienna, with my friends, with two of my friends, and we were in that very fancy hotel with the princess who died, you know, the crown princess. The hotel was named after a very fancy hotel. And my friends and I are going in, and there's a little man there. Miss Midler, will you get away from me! I hate you. I hate you. I will never buy another record. I will never see another movie. I realized that it's a two-way street. If I can't really expect them to be my friends and to love me and to support me if I'm not going to be kind. And my friend said, oh, you finally learned your lesson. It took me a long time, but I did, and now I'm very, very polite.
Now, I don't mean to upset you, because I know you do have twins.
Yes.
I find there's an odd thing about twins. Have you noticed anything odd about the twins? I mean, the communication between them.
They're just starting to do that odd communication. Yes, I find it suspicious.
Yes.
I think they're plotting against us. As we speak.
No, it's funny, the life did go out of that show. You haven't been watching, but the life went out of it when Jedward left. And you do wonder, what the hell happened to Jedward after they left the X Factor? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievably, Jedward are here. Please welcome them.
I'm
Do we all have our own little section on the chair or something?
No,
or
you
like-
just
we
you
all
stay
like
there.
just
You're
chair.
good.
Okay.
You're good there. You're excellent.
Are you all right?
You're
Sarah,
excellent.
your mom, our mom, your perfume for
Oh, thank
Yeah, I saw you on TV before. You're really cool. Thank you. We're not going to call you Sarah Jessica Parker. We're just going to call you Sarah or SJP.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Jedward.
That's John.
Which one's John?
That's the one with the pointy
John.
ear.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I got like crooked T, and I got a scar, and he's got a scar, and we have a bar name
God,
as
it's
well.
so much
It's John,
to take in.
John,
Wait.
John
you,
Paul.
You have a scar too.
Oh yeah, I have a scar on my lip.
That's right. Did you forget?
No, like, it's kind of weird. It's a bit smaller, and I like fell off a bike, and then I was fine. But then it was when I came up and I hit off the handle. It was so weird because one time I was walking around younger, and there was loads of kind of stones in the ground, and I kind of flipped on the stone.
It's all right.
I think we're kind of jamming to ourselves. Okay, sorry.
No, Joe,
still
good
there,
talk.
hey.
No talk.
Okay, no. I stepped on the thing and it smacked me in the head, and then I was like, ow, and then I walked on a bit, and then blood drips started dripping on my head. Okay, this is a bit kind of violent, okay?
Yeah, no, it's too violent.
Let's just
too violent.
stop talking
Scary.
about it. Happy New Year's Eve.
Yeah. So now this is
so
John and
nice.
Edward, Jedward.
They
Jedward.
look so nice.
They're lovely. They're lovely boys. What I love it, because the two of you are so sweet, and you went on the X Factor every week. You smiled. You did your big production numbers. And my God, well, the thing is, look, they're boys with high hair who like jumping around, having a bit of a sing.
And was that your idea?
I know, like, it was kind of weird because I remember John got it's kind of, it only take lots of skill to cut the top, but then you just get a shaver to cut the sides, and then the top
for like
really...
€8, and then I just kept
And we
shaving
do,
the
and we
sides.
do lots of running, and then it makes you really aerodynamic trying to get through the wind.
Like, 'cause you know, say like you do loads of running and your hair's blown everywhere, and you're like,
That's
oh,
what
real
everyone says
sweaty.
about us, but like we didn't intend on doing it. I was really excited that we Joan. It's like ultimately
Joan Rivers.
Sarah. Is this freaking you out about going home to twins? I mean, you're like, you'll go home and look at your children, you'll be like, twins. Twins.
What, one seemed charming and a gift.
Never let
Nothing.
Matthew see the show.
My twins are today, they are 5.5 months old.
Oh!
The
very
boys
good.
asked. I know you weren't interested.
So, yeah.
Do you like having twins?
I like it
Two
very
for the price
much.
of one.
Two
You
plus
two,
one?
like, buy one, get two for the price of one. Like, you don't have to like
Yes.
wait until another one grows up and then get another one.
Absolutely.
That is some insightful stuff right there.
That's the best part.
That is the best part.
Two for the price
It's
of
a
one.
one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sort of like being in an alternate universe.
It's like, what I like about it
It's
is
a sort of-
they've brought their world on with them.
Yes, yes,
Now we're in it.
yes.
Yes.
The air feels different.
It is.
Yes, it's thinner. It's thinner.
Oh, hello. Hi. Oh. She might be a Bette Midler fan. We can't be sure. What's your name?
Laura.
Laura. Does your story involve Ms. Midler?
Does, yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
See? Do you want to?
Yes, of course.
No, you could.
Do I want to throw her? No, I'm going to listen. I'm not going to let you either. You go ahead, hon.
All right, off you go.
Okay, when I was about 13, at school, we had to write an essay about what interested us. And mine, of course, was on Bette Midler. So I thought it was amazing, you know. I spent a lot of time on it. And then when we got our chance to read it out in front of the class, they weren't as interested as I would have liked them to be. So I thought, now, what would Bette do? So I said, right, who's ready for a song? And I sang about 2 of her hits, and I aced it.
Do you want to see something interesting, Beth?
Yes.
Watch this, watch this. I have the power.